Let's watch this grumpy granny before we go.
How to survive Australia. I want to show you something. Hello interweb, Granny here. In this ongoing series on how to survive Australia, I want to show you something. So today I made a video about watering the garden and how it took several hours to turn on the watering system because it was in that hole and something had, some spider had set up home in there, and I wasn't going to stick my hand in there. I had to spray first. While I was spraying that, I opened up the meter box and sprayed that as well.
Sprayed it? Hang on. Grumpy granny. Oh no, okay, wait.
Hello interweb.
She said she made another video about it. Living in Australia.
Hello interweb, Granny here.
Is she doxing her house?
Welcome to the beauty that is an Australian country town in spring. Yes, I do have a red car for the people who are reporting me to the police all over Victoria for various offences, but the police have worked out that I'm never actually in those places when... Anyway, they're not...
Really? Can you believe that? People have been reporting her for offences. Like, this is what I mean. Some of Alan's crew and some of the people that are angry about these people, like, they're fucking nuts, aren't they?
Not listening. I just want to show you why you never stick your hand in a hole in Australia. So I've just taken this top off the watering system at home. And if you're in another country, you might just stick your
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the UK, just stick your hand in there and just twist those taps.
hand in there. You don't do that in Australia. Can you see? Where is it? It's a spider web. I can't show you. And an egg sac hanging here. There it is. There's the egg sac.
I can see the egg sac. Yeah, look, it's hanging there.
See that? That tells me there's a spider living in there. And I'm not going to reach in there with my hand. I'm going to spray first. So one of the things you learn pretty quickly, well, if you survive to adulthood in Australia, is that you don't stick your hand under bits of wood unless you've turned them over with your foot. You don't stick your hand into mulch because there'll be something living in there that's going to bite you and probably kill you.
So it looks nice, but, you know, deadly spiders. And then there's this one that she uploaded as well.
It was doing that. I opened up the meter box and sprayed that as well. So I've come back several hours and there's this little gorgeous thing. Maybe.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. That's a black widow, isn't it? Off the top of my head. Like a proper deadly spider. I mean, I understand you've got to spray and kill before you can put your hands in there. Feels a bit harsh. Like, I feel like me as a vegan, I'd be like, you know, trying to remove the spiders without spray. I could probably just put a glove on and put my hand in that hole. But I get it, you know, safer rather than sorry. But fucking hell, a black widow.
Dead, maybe half dead. He's still...
Oh, that's suffering. That's a shame. I think it is a shame, even though you think it's just an insect. Like, the problem is with the spray, I'm guessing the way the sprays work is they have surfactants that, I think, I might be wrong, open up, like, I think the outer, like, they poison it from the outside and do bad things, and I think it's a nerve agent as well that works on it in some way. Anyway, I don't think it's very enjoyable to have to sit there and, like, die over time, so you probably just want to give that a squishing now, but, maybe you don't because it might bite you.
Twitching? She's still twitching, it's female. Yep, she's still twitching.
Fuck.
Not going to get me, I mean, she's on death's doorstep. I want to fling her over so I can show you what a redback looks like.
It's a redback.
Turn over, woman.
I think that means...
Ah, she won't turn over. That's a redback. So there was a redback in the meter box.
I think that means, like, what's a redback? Is that a black widow with a red back on it? Redback spider. It's related to the black widow. Looks very much like it, doesn't it? Redback. Australian black widow. Latrodectus Haseliti. The Australian black widow, species of venomous spider, South Australia. Easy recognisable. Nocturnal, untidy web. Bites to humans. Thousands of people every year bitten in Australia. The female redback, slow moving. When you put your hand in dark holes, it bites you. When it's disturbed, it might bite you. Is it telling me how bad it is, the venom? Signs and symptoms. You might not see the puncture marks. It'll be painful. It'll go up your arm or your legs. You might develop systemic symptoms. Nausea, vomiting, chest pain. Pulmonary... oh my God. Rare complications include skin infection, seizure, coma, pulmonary edema, respiratory failure. Children are more at risk. Infants can die within hours of a bite. Adult fatalities can take up to 30 days. You don't want to get bitten by this spider. You can have medical care. Most cases don't require it, but you can get medical care for it. But yeah, you don't want to get bitten by that spider. No, it's a weird one because as a vegan, where's the fucking video I'm watching? As a vegan, I would say animals' right to live, you know, it's in there, it's not doing you any harm. You open up the box, you could put your hand in and get bitten, but you know what's going on, so you might want to get in there with a brush or a sweepy brush or something and just, you know, brush them out before you put your hand in, or wear a glove. But really, like, the danger to human life, like, if it was my children, I'd just be like, we're killing the spider at the end. Or if, like, my dog's around and I'm scared it's going to get bitten by that, if there's a real risk to my dog, we're killing the spider. Like, I can make those sort of choices. I know it involves killing an animal, but, you know, one of us is going to have to get, like, it could kill the dog or it could kill the child, so I'm going to kill the spider. It's like if there's a tiger and it comes in the house and it's, like, going to bite me, but I'm vegan, so I can't do anything. I just have to let it eat me. No, I don't. Of course, I'll try and run, but, you know, if you have to kill the animal, you can do what you need to protect yourself. And it seems weird because it's only a little spider, so maybe you don't need to kill it, but, yeah. Big up, Sarah. How you doing? Not feeling tired. I'm not feeling particularly tired, but it's too... I was just saying it's like nearly 3 in the morning. I should go to sleep. Sarah's sleep patterns. I know that, like, do you know the sleep hygiene? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to only ever use your bedroom for sleep. And you're allowed to use it for bonking, apparently, but you're not allowed to use it for watching the telly, and you're not allowed to use it for sitting on your phone and stuff like that. I think you're allowed to read a book, but they say read the book in a comfy chair downstairs, and when you feel sleepy, then go to bed. And, like, go in and go to, like, you know, sleepy mode in bed, and that's that. And then if you're not sleepy, you get up and you reset the routine. So you cooling off helps. So if you have, like, a warm shower or something, or you're cozy and cuddled up with a big blanket, like, you know, take off a layer and get into bed. You should cool down, and that helps you to sleep, because cooling, your body cooling helps you to sleep. And then bedtime routines. You know, whatever, warm cocoa bits and shit like that. But, like, once you've got into bed and you're trying to sleep, if you can't, it's okay to then get up, not be asleep for a little bit, reset and do the thing again. That's supposed to help as well. But who am I to talk, you know, 2 in the morning watching videos about a lady in Australia killing spiders?
So, handy tip for surviving Australia. Especially country Australia, you have to spray during spring, summer and autumn.
That's all of the year then. Only winter do you not have to spray. And to be honest, if it was overlapping with spring and autumn, I'd probably spray in the winter as well, just to be safe.
You have to spray all the outside of your house up to about, right up to the eaves, I'd say.
Do you? I mean, that's... do you, though? I mean, I suppose you do. There are spiders up in that part of your house. If that house is in England, there are spiders up in that part of the house. You know, but they live there. They're like, you know, spiders live in places. Like, if you go in your attic, there might be a few spiders, mightn't there? And I'm not going to be cross. Like, they're okay up there. There's a few in my shed. If they venture out into the rooms that we're in, I think if I'm looking around now, I should probably be able to locate a spider web somewhere in the room, shouldn't I, at some point? There's always a spider somewhere, isn't there? I think I can see the wisps of a bit of web above the painting that I've got up on the wall there. Like the wisps that need to be dusted off. So there's been a spider at some point. I thought there used to be one above my door for a while. And that seems to have gone. Where's that now? No, but like, you know, you usually see a few about here and there, don't you? And I'm really kind to them if I can. I don't like to sort of be mean to them. No, okay, the spiders are mainly lethal, yeah, but like you're not going to be in that. You're not going to put your head in the eaves. Like you don't. I don't know if it's. Do you need to repel them all year round from going in your roof? So they don't. I suppose in case they accidentally crawl in and then they're in the house and then they get in, you might get. I got bitten on my face by a spider. It literally was a spider. I woke up and I went like that and like you know picked a spider, like half asleep. Was like what the fuck? It was only little. And then my face came up with a like mark on it, like a big spot, like spider mark bite. Got bit once, spider. I was streaming at the time. I got a video. You know, some of my streams have got me with a big spider bite on my face. Like if that happened with one of those bad boys or girls, then you'd probably be in bad shape, wouldn't you? So I suppose you don't want to do that. Yeah, but like you know, until it like I mean, in my life I've been bitten by a spider once. I suppose that's once too many if they're poisonous. Venomous. If they're going to kill you, then it's once too much. But like this seems like a bit over the. I mean, spiders gonna spider, aren't they? The spiders are going to be about, and like you're going to spray your whole house with like. I mean, how often do you do it, and does it repel them or does it kill them where they are? Like, do you have to actually spray the spider itself? Like, how useful and effective is it? How efficient is it to be spraying the outside of your house with insecticide, and how environmentally sound is it? I don't know the answers to these things, but if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do, I guess. I don't know. Like sometimes I think, oh, how lovely Australia is, and other times I think, what the fuck are you doing?
Every 3 to 6 months with some really nasty chemical.
Dover and Dolly's mum, I chopped the head off a poisonous snake a while back.
To kill these spiders.
It's me. I know that sounds like a normal sort of request over and Dolly's mum. Is Mean Green still in the chat? Oh, they are. Look, you're Insomniac too, yeah. So, yeah, you could show the willy heads if you want. Like, that's a normal sort of request.
Because, unfortunately, if we don't kill them, they're going to get us. They're not trying to get us, but, you know, you do cross paths with them quite often. So, today's handy hint, if you're going to live in...
What about cats? Because cats go after spiders and they kill them. Like, if we've got this big spider that's running around on the floor, I'm not averse to just pointing the cat at it. I'm vegan, but that's still a solution. Like, obviously, I'd get things in a cup and put them out the back and stuff like that, don't I? But, like, you know, the cat has killed a few spiders in our house. I wonder if your cat is, like, you know, at risk. And do you let the cat wander outside in Australia? Because in the UK, the cat, open door policy for the cat, in, out, wherever she wants to go. She just goes around, doesn't she? Some people do keep their cats in, but in America, a lot more they keep their cats in because of dangerous animals and stuff. In the UK, it's just open door policy. I wonder what the situation is here, because like, is a cat like wily enough to? There's the willy. Great. I wonder if the cat's wily enough to, you know, like if it knows, like it probably doesn't want to attack a snake, does it? I don't know.
In Australia.
Well, I tell you what, a dog certainly isn't clever enough. There's no way you're teaching a dog about venomous spiders or whatever. The dog's getting bitten.
If you're going to live in country Australia, spray the outside of your house regularly for spiders.
So I wonder what... I suppose birds eat spiders, don't they? But you're not going to have a bird in your house patrolling around for spiders. Natural predator. I'm not talking about Alan. Natural predator of the spider. Birds, reptiles, mammals, and arthropods. Reptiles is up the street, Australia. That's the one you want. Hang on. lizards there on that list. It's very vague. I'm not having wasps flying around my house. Lizards. Lizards and reptiles that eat spiders. Geckos, chameleons. They don't even sound horrible. Gecko. Okay, the geckos are the little ones that go up all the walls, aren't they? Gordon Gecko. They're the little ones that go up all the walls. So it's a chameleon, really. I mean, you could probably just let that wander around your house without worrying, can't you? Chameleon. I mean, does it have to be kept in a tank? You don't want to let it escape, but it's not going to be on the run, is it? It's not going to be going fast. Like, you get a load of sticks and you put them all at one end of the wall, and like it stays around over there. I'd have a couple of chameleons in my bedroom a lot quicker than I'd have. I mean, you'd probably tread on it, wouldn't you? If you trod on the chameleon, you'd fucking kill the chameleon. You wouldn't see it. Oh, it looked like the same colour as the floor. Fuck. Trod on it. But I think I'd rather have a chameleon kicking around than spray all my house. I think I might take the risk of having a couple of friendly chameleons around the area. Maybe? Or is this a completely insane idea? What about those Komodo dragons? Do they kill people? What's the next one up? An iguana. What about that? Get yourself an iguana, and the iguana can go around and eat the spiders. And they're probably alright in Australia, it's warm. That's probably like a house lizard, isn't it? An iguana. Iguana, if you want to put iguana. Yeah, I'm saying we get an iguana. We live in Australia, we get iguanas. I think that's the way forward. And then they eat all the spiders, and you've got yourself a house lizard like that, and you're like... You have to deal with the skin flakes, but... I think I'd be alright with a snake in the wild. I think I'd be confident enough to, like... I've seen it on the telly enough. I think if you get it by the tail, it can't bite you. And I think you've got to get control of that head, haven't you? You get the stick, don't you? You creep up and you get the stick and you push it down on the head and then you go and grab it. I think I'd be alright with that in the wild. But I don't know, once I've got hold of it, I don't know what I'm doing with it then. You know, I don't know how I let go of it and don't get bitten. That's the difficult bit. I've got a sense those spiders are not going to want to crawl around on my face in the night generally in Australia. But just to keep safe, I think we get an iguana and let that, like, keep the house clear with spiders. I don't know what those big lizards are. Big lizards, Galapagos, salmonella. I mean, you get salmonella though. It's iguanas again. They're iguanas. Or a turtle or a Gila monster. Crocodile lizards, maybe. Galapagos reptiles here. It's somewhere between an iguana and a Komodo dragon. I don't want a Komodo dragon. Some of them are known to steal babies. But these giant iguanas, that's an iguana from the Galapagos Islands, and that's a meaty iguana. Like, it'd be like having a dog, but it'd be a really slow-moving, scary... It's like having a dragon, actually, isn't it? It is like having a dragon in your house, like a little mini dragon. And I think it'd be kind of cool for a pet. I bet they'd be responsive and trainable. Even if they're not the most intelligent animal in the world, I think they would respond to food treats and routine. And I think they'd probably eat the spiders if they saw them. I mean, you'd have to hope. Look at those claws as well, though. That'd wreck your furniture. This is the salmonella spit one, yeah. These are... Well, they'd say... what it said was they have antibiotic... It said something about it. That's what... Antibiotic-resistant bacteria. That's what they say. They're not specifying salmonella, but you know, it's that sort of thing, yeah. So I don't want antibiotic-resistant bacteria all around my house, so maybe this is a huge mistake. I mean, I won't get killed by the spiders, but I'll get killed by the antibiotic-resistant bacteria. So that's probably a mistake as well. Maybe just spraying for spiders is okay. But I feel like the environmental consequences are quite harsh, because you're killing everything, and you're... using pesticides essentially, aren't you? Like all around your house, all like regular, all year round. So that can't be that good for you. I mean, it might not be terrible for you, but I wouldn't grow any potatoes in your garden, for example. When I first got the allotment, it was so overgrown I had to go over it once with like DDT. Like, I had to fucking kill it all with the pesticide one, the bad one, the glyphosate phosphate or whatever it's called. I killed it all once. Everything had been killed then, and then I removed it. And like, I don't want it all soaking into the ground and being like, you know, like a regular thing. But there was like this vegetation that was neck height, and you know, chopped it down a bit, killed it with the glyphosate phosphate, and then removed it. But it's not an ideal situation, that isn't. You really shouldn't be eating loads of foods that have been contaminated with that. So, peppermint oil. Maybe they don't like it minty. Got too many windows open, hang on. Well, that was the video anyway. She's in Australia. And spiders.
Hello, interweb.
That was my last... It just brought up my last short that I watched. Maybe I can... No, it doesn't have to.
Hello,
it was someone dressed as a Genshin Impact character.
Granny here. There are different types of people in the world. Sometimes you'll meet people, unfortunately, sometimes in life you'll meet people who are completely amoral. No moral compass whatsoever. Sometimes you'll meet people who are dumb, really dumb, and it shows. And then sometimes you'll meet people who have absolutely no empathy. Then, unfortunately, every now and then someone is born who gets all of those traits, and that's you, Nosy Nana.
Oh, Nosy Nana. Oh, Grumpy Granny versus Nosy Nana. I tell you what, the battle of the Graniss versus the Nannies. The Graniss versus the Nannies. I'd like to see that. We should organise that as a sporting event. As probably a boxing match. Graniss versus Nannies. Or what about me and Grumpy Graniss versus Alan and Nosy Nannies? What about that? We'll do like doubles, tennis or poker or something. I did think they were the same person at one time, yeah, because it's similar. It's a rhyming thing about... It's similar. And she fucking said that my video was photoshopped at the first. When I first looked at her first thing, she was wrong about this thing. Like, I was like, oh, you're having a pop at me because I didn't know who was who. But, yeah.
Okay, interweb. Granny here. Here's another lesson in how to stay alive in country Victoria, or country anywhere in Australia, really. Don't leave your windows down overnight.
Oh, spider can get in.
Just because it's hot, some people will be tempted to leave their windows down. Snakes and spiders can come out of those trees at night, drop onto your vehicle, and hey presto, if your window's down, in the morning you could get into your car and have a real surprise. So no matter how hot it is, put those windows up at night.
You have to be on your guard, don't you? Why'd you make a YouTube short to diss yourself? Saying that, Alan's made some videos that have been pretty self-incriminatory. And like, I think he was trolling himself at one point. Like, his latest TikTok is literally him trolling himself. So it's kind of an insanity that's got to a... Like, this has got to a point that I just don't understand. I don't know why he would upload this.
Tribalism that we see in modern society, fueled by social media,
It's 4
has
minutes.
never been worse. Fake imagery, videos, claims, counterclaims, is to even have a semblance of truth about it.
Like, Alan's the man who did all those fake fucking things about Chris Watts. He's the fake man.
15 years, we've erected virtual perceptual systems and virtual systems of representing reality. Now, if your system of representing reality is not in accord with reality, you're delusional.
You're delusional if you're using the virtual reality or whatever. You're delusional. Alan's delusional. Like this guy's calling people out on being delusional, and Alan is delusional.
Run into trouble when you try to act in your fantasy and run into the world.
You're going to run into trouble when you act in your fantasy and run into the world. That's Alan's problem. He's trolling himself. Social media trolls explained by Scott Peterson. It's Jordan Peterson. You're having a breakdown.
Well, these virtual worlds that we've erected on top of the real world don't run by the same principles as the real world.
Good one, Jordan. Well explained. Good one, Alan, for uploading it to your TikTok.